So Patrick, the advantages of a diverse and inclusive workplace are well documented. There's obviously a huge amount of stats and statistics, out there on the web. But I mean, tell me about diversity and inclusion with cove.tool. Why it's important to you. What initiatives you've got within the business.
Oh yeah. So for us, it's a major business advantage. So typically, because we're a U.S.-based company, obviously we have. I'm sure that other countries have their challenges, but the U.S. has a long history of racism and many other problems. Also has a history of making it difficult for LGBTQ people to express themselves, be themselves in the workplace. Just a lot of kind of silliness. Is the most benign word, but terrible is the real word, I guess. But but I think the thing that's really interesting is if you create a workplace where it's everyone's job to focus on diversity and not just the one person that you kind of shovel it off to and say, hey, you work on this. But if it's every hiring manager, it's we have a target here of interviewing candidates. So it's I don't care if it's hard to find that person. We need to put forth the effort to go out and make sure that we're looking in the buckets that are being overlooked. So it's for example, a lot of these really great software engineers, maybe they have a non-traditional background. Maybe they're people who have other, maybe let's just say maybe if you're from an LGBTQ or if you're an African-American person in the United States, maybe the world hasn't worked in your favor. So therefore, we need to find people who have that background, but who are also incredible software engineers and make sure that those people are in the pool. Or if there's women in tech, we need to sponsor those events at Georgia Tech, which is near us, and go out there and actually say hey, let's invest in this and let's try our best to find those folks. And then when they do come on, let's make sure that the environment is such that they feel comfortable being themselves and they see other people in leadership, who are also look like them. And ultimately, of course, it is about hiring the best candidate. So I'm not going to say that we should just be, it's not charity, it's literally good business.
Exactly.
You can make more money if people are better at their job. So you should always look for the best qualified person, no matter what they look like or what they have done, what they do. That's none of my business. My business is to make the most successful software company. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It's I think you want to make sure, like you said, you're hiring the best people, but equally you want to make sure you're looking in places that perhaps are being overlooked, because we know that more diverse teams, they tend to be more engaged, more productive. If you've got more productive teams, ultimately the business prospers more. And also it's people, especially Generation Z. I'm not sure I'd be Generation Z, but they're looking for these workplaces where there are people that are different from themselves. They don't want to join the people that everybody looks the same, everybody has the same background. They're proactively going out to look for companies like that. And so if you've got an environment where that's just natural, there are people. So if they join your company, there's people that look like them, speak like them, come from different backgrounds. That's only going to add to the strength of your company.
Right. I mean, software engineering, and specifically scientific computing that we do, is very dependent on innovation. So it's if you get groupthink around a particularly consistent background, then you're not going to be able to solve the problem. So I think that one of our biggest advantages is just that people are looking at it from all these different angles, who have all these different backgrounds. And so it actually does engender better innovation on your team.
Yeah, it's much more creative. Okay, brilliant. Well, thanks for your insight on that, Patrick.
Yeah, and in terms of metrics, we're actually in the top, I guess 97th percentile in terms of code deployment speed, and kind of in terms of how we actually build the software. So the proof is in the actual product velocity, you can see that is a core aspect that does really affect that speed. Is like having these really great engineers who are all A's on the team. It kind of like it smooths it out.
Yeah. Perfect. Well, look, I mean, look, it's really it's great to kind of get your perspective on that, Patrick. So yeah, thanks very much.
Oh yeah.